All right, what the heck is chat talking about? Fox? What are you talking about? Don't scare me. What are we talking about? Fox gonna be all right. He's just not 100%. Same with Dylan. What are we talking about? Fox hurt? What you mean Fox hurt? Y'all lying. Oh no, people saying that you don't usually troll. Keldon always wear cowboy hats. What are we talking about? Is the camera blurry to you? Hold on. Is that better? I feel like the camera's kind of blurry. Oops. Okay. Okay. Fox got a hamstring injury. Since when? Since when did that happen? What are y'all talking about? Why would he have a hamstring injury? How do you get that? He can't ruin my season, okay? Yesterday doing what? Doing absolutely what? Hold on. I've been watching a lot of Skeeter Gene. I'm addicted to Skeeter Gene. This happens every now and then where I just like start just watching a bunch of Skeeter Gene stuff. Like it just, I don't know, man. It just happens. I get tired of it for a while and then I just go on a Skeeter Gene binge. During the press conference? Oh man. Are you gonna wait 15 minutes before you speak? Yeah, that dude was weird, man. That dude was weird. Clan, your last video, you were 16 minutes of not speaking. That never happened. That never happened. It was 16 minutes. I am unsubscribing, sir. You no longer have my business. I'm like, all right. So weird. All right, so you guys say he hurt. Do we have a Fox interview? I just want to do 3 segments. Oh my God. Oh. Okay. So Chad is trying to tell me that Fox is hurt. Why does it look like that? Is that blurry to y'all? Or is it just me? Hold on. Is that okay? What you think, chat? What are we thinking? I don't know. But chat's trying to tell me that Fox is injured? I know no such sorts. I know such sorts. No such sorts. Yeah, he said it himself. Oh, dude, shut up. All right, let's take a look. 13 minutes. He talked for 13 minutes. Forgive me. This getting sped up just a little bit, just a tad. All right, no closed captions, by the way.
I guess that is my question. How are you doing?
Okay, this is not okay.
But you got a hamstring now.
Yeah, I mean, I feel good.
There we go.
I mean, I felt like I could have played a little bit ago, but they're not letting me. So, I mean, we're taking.
Okay, he started off right off the bat. Yeah, I could have played a while ago, but they're not letting me. What are you guys talking about? We already knew he was injured. Someone said a hamstring. I didn't know about a hamstring. I knew about his thumb. He confirmed he won't play preseason. Okay, but he feels like he can go. That's a good sign.
Yeah, we're taking it day by day, but I feel great.
You feel like you'll be on the floor at some point during camp and preseason? They're just kind of.
I don't think for preseason. I don't think I'll be ready for opening night. Well, I think I'm ready, but I don't have that expertise. But I mean, we go off of kind of how I feel, and
He's not. Look, all he said was not for opening night of preseason. That's just the first preseason game. You guys are overreacting. You're overreacting. I'm panicking a little bit, but you guys are overreacting. Everyone, shut up.
like I said, I feel like I can go out there and play right now.
I think the last time we talked to you was right before you went under the knife for the thumb thing. How did that go? And I guess you survived.
Yeah, it went well. I mean, it's not in the way. And it's funny because I looked at pictures from a few years ago, and my finger was kind of like this anyway. So we're about at where I was. So the hand is no issue.
We're absolute freaks because these reporters did not know anything. They're like, yeah, we haven't talked to you since then. We literally watched podcasts after the surgery just to hear from him. Like, we're some freaks, man. We're crazy.
A lot of people. Yeah, hamstring. Yeah, and when it happened, I'm like, I had never had a hamstring injury, so I didn't know what I was supposed to feel like. But like I said, right now I feel great.
But just to be clear, you said they have ruled you out for opening night?
Yeah, I don't think I'll be playing for opening night. I definitely won't be playing in the preseason. That's for sure. So.
Oh no, he meant opening night of the regular season.
We're playing by ear, and like I said, I feel like I can play right now. So.
I imagine it's kind of frustrating in that you only got 5 games after the trade. You want to come back now. How do you feel, off the court, just settling into this whole system that this offseason has sort of moved towards that?
It's been great. I mean, I've been able to be on the court with guys, and even when I haven't, I've been around. So just being able to build that chemistry, and obviously, teams want to get better during the offseason, and you want to get better as individuals, but you try to do some team stuff because guys want to get away from each other for at least a little bit. But we have a group of guys that enjoy being around each other and enjoy competing against one another. So I think that made getting together this summer even that much more easy because you do enjoy being around each other. So I think we had an excellent summer, all as individuals and as a unit.
I empathize with Spurs fans that want players to be just as upset as they are. Like, so many people go off of vibes, like in the middle of a game, like if we're getting our butts whooped, like you want to see the players like flipping chairs over and throwing Gatorade bottles. And it's like, I always found that silly, but right now how I'm feeling, I want him to like flip out right now. Like I want him to like throw the mic and say, I want to play, but they won't let me. I can go. I promise I can go. Look at me right now and just start like doing jumping jacks and just lose it, bro. Just absolutely lose it. Look like a caged animal, just trying to show me that he's good to go because I need some catharsis because this bothers me because I already knew we weren't going to have Dylan Harper. I already knew it's going to be a minute. I thought Fox surely we'll be fine. Like we can still win, right? We can still win. We got a lot of depth, but like, I want Fox opening night, bro. Hamstring injury?
Just real quick, which hamstring?
Right hamstring.
And you and Wemby, the pick and roll situation. How much are you itching just to get back on the court and develop that part of yours?
I mean, I think it's huge. I mean, for all of us, and I think we have a lot of guys who are going to run pick and rolls with Vic. So, being one of those tandems, you want those 3 tandems to be the top 3 tandems in the league if you can. But with that comes, you have to be able to develop that chemistry because if y'all don't know what each other wants to do, it's hard to run a pick and roll. And obviously, when you're running a pick and roll, it's not just those two guys. The other three guys on the court are also involved. So just trying to continue to build that, and you want to be one of the best in the league. I mean, we all know it's ISO heavy league, and it's a pick and roll heavy league. So if you can be one of the best pick and roll teams in the league, you see yourself as one of the top offenses in the league as well.
To be clear, you said
True.
you never had a hamstring.
And we got a really great pick and roll player in Sohan. I just want to throw that out there. He was like number 3 last season in pick and roll finishes.
Before?
No.
I checked your social media, and you said you tried to dunk it you can for kids because you tried to show off the hop. Did you pull your hamstring?
No, it wasn't then. It's funny, that was like
a while ago.
third time playing kind of 5-on-5
Wasn't that a
since
while
I
ago?
came back from the finger. So I was very giddy to get back out there at that point.
So tell us about your excitement level, not just you and Wemby, but Steph's growth last year, the addition of Harper, some of these other young players that can beat guys off the dribble and run pick and roll.
I think we have a very dynamic team. I don't think there are a lot of teams out there that have kind of multiple or that many guys that can really handle the ball. I mean, like the guys you named, and you have Keldon who likes to get downhill, Devin who's able to create his own shot. We have a lot of individuals who are able to create their own shot. But at the end of the day, for us, I think the big thing is, what happens after that. We have a lot of guys that can touch the paint. We have a lot of guys that can create for themselves. But
we got guys that can create their own shots, but strangely enough, we have so many of them that I think a lot of the roles are going to be dumbed down a little bit, as they should. I think Devin Vassell's role could be dumbed down. I certainly think Keldon Johnson's role should be dumbed down. But yeah, because we got some pretty big ones. I don't know.
what goes on in this league are a lot of catch and shoot threes.
Sohan's listed as questionable for what, preseason? Yo, what's going on? We're not going to see anybody for preseason. We know we're barely going to see Wemby, right? Like,
It's a lot of lobs and it's a lot of cutting, trying to get layups. Not very much of the times is it the guy that initially has the ball that ends up scoring. So for us, it's, can we make open shots? Because we're going to get open shots. We have a lot of guys that can create advantages. So I think that's where our offense lies, and what happens after the initial guy creates something.
Oh, his injury. Oh, yeah. I remember.
De'Aaron, over here. What's going on? It feels like
That's
you've
fine.
been a lot more than just one playoff series. It feels you as a player, you feel like you.
No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't.
But so from our standpoint, from a competitive standpoint, you look at the younger guys like Victor and Stephon Castle. How locked in those guys are at that age. Does it bring up the level of competition with everybody else in that locker room?
Definitely. I mean, whenever your better players or your franchise cornerstones compete on both ends of the court, it makes everybody else bring up their level. So it's great, especially for Steph, to who have last year. He's guarding the best players in the league. Being able to do that your first year does nothing but give you confidence in knowing that you have the ability to do that night in and night out. And then obviously having Vic, who's different defensively than anybody has than we've ever seen, that also gives you confidence to be more aggressive as a defender. So for us, I think we have the youth, we have the athleticism to be able to try to turn teams over and get out on the break. And it takes a little pressure off your offense if you're able to allow your offense to be fueled by your defense.
I can sense a little bit of desperation.
let your offense be fueled by our defense. We got so many defensive players this year. Watch Mitch Johnson's interview. He addressed all of it. Guys, we're going to go through 3 interviews tonight. And then the next time we go live, we'll go through another 3. And the next time we go live, we'll go through another 3. All right? But we can choose them. I'll let you guys choose. What you guys thinking? I'm thinking Mitch Johnson and Wemby right now.
Get to the playoffs and your boys there about that.
Yeah, definitely. Like I said, I played in the playoffs once. Even another year where you have 46 wins in the West and you're the 10th seed, or we were 9, but we're tied for 10. It does give you a sense of kind of just wanting to get back there. But knowing that in this conference, you drop 2 or 3 games, and now instead of being a 50-win team and you're the 6th seed, you're a 47, 46, 45-win team, and you're seeing yourself in the play-in, or maybe even not in the play-in. So this conference isn't going to get easier, and as a team, we're hoping that we're continuing to develop and get better.
Funny enough, we're the ones that made it even harder. Quite a few teams that just in my opinion, I thought in the West got slightly worse than last season, but just slightly. The San Antonio Spurs got much better. So yeah, we just made the conference more difficult.
this summer, before the injury, did you get a chance to run in workouts with Stephon and Dylan?
No, so it's not with Dylan, but with Steph, yes, and with Vic, yes.
And as much excitement as there is for adding Dylan and Stephon's growth, when we look at you, you're an established guy in the league, an all-star. And so do you look at this opportunity, first full year here, for this season to be...
Calm down? What you mean? Because I said we got much better? We did. We got way better. Are you kidding me? Like, the Spurs got more... I mean, in every aspect, we gotten better. We got literally the second best player in the draft. People were arguing with me on that. Some people were like, no, he is the best. It's like, come on. Just, like, I don't think it's a huge gap between him and Cooper Flag, but, like, yeah, he's the second best. That's fine. I mean, we got freaking another center, so we got a backup center. We got more big depth. We got overall more depth. I mean, we're just a better team. Yeah. Oh, not you, Clan? Okay. I'm arguing at a wall then.
A year in which you kind of helped put your stamp, on this team right there next to Wemby.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, that was a big reason why I wanted to come here. I see the youth and the talent that they have. Obviously, you want to continue to develop that, and I think me being 27, I think you kind of.
Oh, I see it. Cliff said you can't do all the interviews because you wait 15 minutes to talk. I think he's trolling. Yeah, I think he's actually trolling. Somebody got mad because they were like, "You took 16 minutes to talk on a live stream," which didn't happen. That did not happen. But it's a live stream. I do what I want. All right. I'm like Eric Cartman. All right. I do what I want. Showed my age.
That process a little bit, but at the end of the day, this organization doesn't skip steps. So, we know that there will be growing pains, but at the end of the day, you would love to win while you have growing pains rather than, losing and trying to have moral victories. You want to win while still getting better as a team.
Can you talk about the additions to the coaching ranks of Sean Sweeney and Cornet? How big is that for this team?
Well, I didn't really know Cornelius that well, but, with Sean, playing against those Dallas teams, just their philosophies were always a tough thing to get by. And I've had good games against Sean, but he definitely, the way he teaches it definitely makes it tough on a ball handler, on a guy who likes to get downhill. And we're just looking to implement that and also continue to be aggressive in what we do.
I didn't even mention, well, I did before, but I didn't even mention like recently, like how many great coaches we have surrounding Mitch Johnson right now as well. I mean, he could be a great coach too. I mean, we've gotten quite a few testimonials to how good Mitch Johnson is or how smart he is. So yeah. See, so I was just playing. Yeah, I know. You were trolling. You was trolling.
His teams have historically turned teams over well and been able to play in transition. So I think we have the guys. I think we have the athleticism to do that as well.
Here around February, second half of last season, getting to watch Chris Paul be the leader that he was, really on the court, see yourself for what's that like for you now? Probably the oldest guard, that.
I can't hear the question.
I mean, just continue to have a voice. And I mean, I think I've played well throughout my career. Obviously, I haven't won to the extent that I want to win, but I think those guys still kind of look at me as someone who's done that. And for me, I mean, one, it's a blessing to be able to be in a room with guys who are that talented and that young. And two, it's a blessing because I'm still able to play at an extremely high level. Like it's a little different when someone could be in their late 30s and kind of their prime's past them and they're trying to teach. But at the end of the day, I can go out there and I can still do what I'm kind of preaching to them. So I think it's great. I think it's the best of both worlds. I mean, I think it shows resilience. Obviously, we know the type of talent that he is, and I think people are learning the type of person that he is as well. But, I mean, for him, like, that's something that, knock on wood, could kill you. So, him just looking at life differently and just being able to travel. And obviously, he has the means to be able to do that. But to be able to do that and kind of come out with a different view on not only the sport, but on life, I mean, I think that's just a testament to the person that Victor is. And I don't think it surprises anybody in this building.
There's a lot of complications when you're that tall, isn't there? Like, I was never worried about him getting injured on the court, Wembanyama that is, but there are a lot of complications when you're that tall. Like, you don't supposed to be that tall.
This offseason, what did that mean to you to get that out of the way and just know that you're locked in here as a big part of this going forward?
I think it's always great just knowing that, this system has a belief in you to be able to help this franchise get to the next level. So for me, I go out there and I continue to be me. I continue to be the player, be the person that I am because they saw something in me. So it does give you confidence. It definitely gives you confidence to go out there and one, play your hardest and play to your full potential.
something about De'Aaron Fox irks you. Just being honest. You can't be the only one. Like his personality, the way that he speak. Guess I'm trying to figure out what you mean. Like, does he come across as like arrogant to you, or it's like, it's kind of a, I get what you're saying. It's like some type of vibe. I can't get my finger on it, to put my finger on it either. I like Fox as a player. As a person, I don't really know him as a person. From these interviews, I don't know. Maybe it's the cadence in which he speaks. I'll tell you this: a lot of Kings fans did not like Fox. Like, I don't think it was a lot of complaining about him on the court necessarily, but when he left, it was no like. It wasn't a slew of people missing Fox. And even when we had a few Kings fans come into the chat, they were saying how they didn't like him, like just personality-wise, did not like him. I don't know what it is. I don't know. He's cool with me. I'm cool with Fox, right? Like, the thing is, for me, it has to be through actions mostly, right? Like, the reason why I wasn't the biggest fan of DeJounte Murray throughout those years, and I think it was very obvious that I wasn't, and I would bring it up too, it was the things that was going on off the court, but also some of the things that he was doing like late in the fourth quarter of these games. It was just very selfish. A lot of actions that he made off the court and then on the court were just like selfish to me. It just spoke selfishness, and I just kept bringing up this small stuff. Really haven't had that vibe with Fox, right? He seems like he's just genuinely happy to be here, but there's a fine line between confident and cocky, but the cadence is a good way to put it. Yeah, I guess it's just his cadence. It's probably just a vibe. Not everybody's going to gel with everyone, you know? He kind of talks like Devin Vassell almost. I feel like they got the same. It's definitely Parker vibes. Parker vibes? I always got the same vibe from Tony. Tony did come across as like arrogant. They don't feel the same to me at all though. Young Tony was like him. Oh, okay. Well, I mean, I'll be transparent in saying I don't remember young Tony Parker talking. So I feel like Devin is more personal. That's probably what it is. Yeah, it does feel like there's a little bit of a barrier between like De'Aaron Fox and just talking to like, I don't know. It does come across as like highly PR scripted, you know, when he speaks. Yeah, I guess that's true. Not everybody's going to be personal, but like, I don't know. You keep in mind these athletes been rich for so long till like some of them just, maybe they just don't connect with the average person as much. I don't know. Yeah, because Wemby doesn't have that vibe, right? Not to say like Fox talks down to you, because I don't think he does, but it's like okay, I'll say it. Sometimes he feels AI generated. I think that's what it is. I think sometimes he feels AI generated. These answers are really good answers, but they feel very AI generated. I think that's what it is. What do you think? Devin's more like a motivator type talk. Yeah. It comes across as a little, yeah.
De'Aaron, like when healthy, you're probably the fastest guard or fastest player in the NBA.
I'm not gonna lie to you, I was running 15 miles per hour. That's why I say I think I'm ready. Like I'm running at 15 miles per hour already. And they say that no player.
Who does he remind me of? There's another athlete he reminds me of, or maybe it was someone in. It's certain athletes that just talk like Fox. I can't put my finger on it. It's strange. It's so strange. There was, you know, maybe I've known athletes that talk like in high school and early college, like athletes I've met that talk like him. I can't put my finger on it. Yeah, it's like those top of the class type guys. You know what I mean? I can't. I don't know. I don't dislike him. I don't dislike Fox. And I don't think he's like a bad person. He's probably cool, but yeah, it's a disconnect. It's a disconnect. I don't know. You know exactly what you're talking about? Okay. Highly competitive people can come off as arrogant. It's the personality trait. that helped him get there? I guess so. Yeah, to an extent, you know. But, I mean, but Michael Jordan was arrogant, right? But like, there's a certain level of charm to Michael Jordan and charisma. Even LeBron, right? Like LeBron's extraordinarily confident. Well, I don't know. Sometimes he's a little insecure, but like, you know what I'm saying? Kind of smug. Like, it's more, I know how great I am, as opposed to I'm so much better than you. It's more, I know how great I am, as opposed to I'm so much better than you. I never thought of it like that. Because, yeah, Wemby definitely has a more, like, I don't know. Yeah, but,
I think last year's ran over 18 miles per hour, and I think my max last year was 17.8, and I'm already running. That's why I say I think I'm ready. Like, because we were talking about it yesterday. I'm like, yeah, I ran like 15.3, I think. I'm like, it's probably faster than most of the guys that are here. So when I say I think I'm ready, I for real think I'm ready. So, no, my bad, go on.
No. Speaking of your speed,
he's just excited. I think he's just excited. I don't dislike him. Everyone carries it differently. Yeah. I don't want this video to come across as like Fox is this or Fox is that, right? I'm more about actions. Fox seems fine. He seems cool. Somebody said they hope that it gels with the team or whatever, but like, guys, I wouldn't worry about it too much. These are professionals. You know, you're not going to be in love with every single player that you play with, right? As long as you guys have the same mindset and, you know, you're trying to win together, right? And he's going to do everything he can. Fox is fine. He's just confident in his skill. Yeah. It's the cadence, bro. It's other people that we've come accustomed to, like these professional athletes that talk like him. It's like these guys that are at the top of their class and just, I don't know. Just feels like there's a little bit of a disconnect. I know what you're saying. He's all right though. He's cool. Noah Lyles. I guess. Yeah, Noah Lyles got kind of that cadence, doesn't he?
The streamer going around, I don't know if you
Speed, talking about Speed? Yeah, I see it. Yeah, I see
Do you
it.
think if you and Speed were in a race, like how would that go?
Speed wouldn't beat me, but Speed for someone who, and like you see, he works out now, but like if Speed was probably to take it serious, he'd be I think he'd be an elite athlete. I mean, I think he's a very good athlete with what he's already doing, but he could be, because I think he's 20, maybe 21, 20. He'd be an elite athlete.
Speed is 20 years old? Did he just like stay in a time capsule? How is he 20 years old? I feel like I've known about I Show Speed forever. Yeah? Dude, he's been what? 20? Man, they will make you feel like a failure. I'm just kidding. I really like Speed. I like Speed a lot. I like him way more than Kai Cenat, so since he was 17. But you're trying to tell me it's only been 3 years that he blew up? He blew up as a kid? I thought he blew up at like 16 or 17. I could have sworn he would have been like 25 now. Hey, good for him, I guess. He was just in my hometown the other day.
If he actually took it serious, especially from a young age, for sure. I believe that.
20?
Hey, Aaron, if you don't mind me asking, but just curious, you know, some players have had some negative
23.
interaction with fans as far as prop bets. About that with you, if you run into any of that, is that something you wish
You know what? I'm gonna say this. I don't know if you saw, like, obviously the W is growing. It's growing a lot, and you can bet on the W. And I've seen players kind of complain about it. And for me, I have a different standpoint on it because I really don't care. I mean, you put your money on it, you lost your money, that's on you. I've had bets with people that I've lost and I didn't appreciate it, but it is what it is. You probably have a gambling problem, so. They always put the little 1-800. They need to call that number. So, no, I mean, I don't care. I don't care. But yeah,
I will never understand for that. I'll never understand that for the life of me. People that get like, because don't get me wrong, it's definitely fun, right? Like it's fun to bet on games, and you know it is. It's fun. Some people have a serious problem, but that's just with anything. You indulge in it too much, you'll have a problem with something. But I never understood people flipping it on the players so strongly, right? Like, I'll have a game where it's like, oh man, you didn't play as well as I hoped you would. But also it's like, hey, they're human, and maybe you weren't accounting for the other team adjusting to certain things, or maybe this player got got injured, and then this other guy had to come. Like, you don't know. Sometimes just stuff happens, right? It's up to chance to some extent. It takes skill, but it's up to chance to some extent. So like, but I never understood people flipping it on players. I don't get that. That's weird. Last few comments here. Braun is cocky. He self-proclaimed himself the GOAT when majority of fans don't view him as such, while MJ sees himself as one of the greatest, but also saying there's a lot of greats. LeBron is like, I don't know what it is with LeBron, man, because LeBron, I feel like sometimes is a little insecure, but it seems like a lot of things that LeBron does is for his image, like it's all for his image. He will say one thing and then the next day say something different. Like how he said when he won his championship, I think it was the first championship, wasn't it? Or maybe the second championship. He was like, okay, now I'm officially the GOAT. Isn't that why when he did that, which was crazy? And then now he's saying like championships don't matter. So I have no idea. But yeah, MJ's really cool. He never calls himself the GOAT, even though we know he's the GOAT. So yeah, we all know. But hopefully Wemby will be the GOAT. He got that killer mentality, But yeah. Like Eminem said, greatest of all time. That's their words, not mine. I'm the GOAT. And for those of you who don't know what the GOAT does it mean, greatest of all time, I consider myself one of those. Thank you very much. Here it goes. Ty Lue called him out for trying harder. Braun respond, was he have 20 something and something? Oh, wow. LeBron is a hell of a talent, but watching MJ live was just different. Man, you can go back and look at MJ and see how great he was. I mean, he was just, oh my goodness. I wish I would have been able to witness him. One thing I wished I would have seen the two MJs, man. No, wait. 3 people I wish I could have seen live, okay? One of which I guess I still could, possibly, probably never, because it just doesn't perform. But I wish I could have seen Michael Jackson live. I wish I could have seen Michael Jordan play live. The only Michael Jordan I saw was Wizards Michael Jordan. I was really little and I did not care about basketball. And then I wish I would have seen Eminem, prime Eminem, early 2000s. But my parents were too good of parents. I wish my parents were a little worse, so I could have saw Eminem live. I don't know. I don't even know if little kids were allowed to any of those concerts, to be honest. Or DMX. DMX would have been cool. I saw a clip of DMX yesterday, and it broke my heart, man. Like, you could just tell he was on drugs forever. Oh, man, you could just tell. The drugs had him by the chokehold, bro. He was struggling. Alright. But before we get into anything else, guys, big shout out to nobody, because for some reason my screen isn't working. Hold on. It always does this. It's so silly. Why are you such a silly goose? Here we go. Why you gotta be so silly? Alright, anyways. So big shout out to Sleeper for sponsoring this video. As you guys know, I mention it all the time. If you're interested in fantasy sports whatsoever, you should definitely check out Sleeper. It's really great. It has quite a bit of options that you have here. Like, as of right now, there's a lot of NFL going on, obviously. So if you want to do some fantasy sports over there, please use my promo code CLAN. Here we go, CLAN. You'll get 100% match up to $100. But if you don't care about any of that, the one thing that I really like is if you go to the NBA section right here, you have a plethora of different NBA news. You have updates. You have stats, live scores. So when we're watching a Spurs game, you can jump over to my Discord, have fun over there, obviously with all the Spurs fans. And you can also jump over to Sleeper and see what everybody is talking about, how people are reacting to, you know, some of the NBA news and scores around the league, right? So if you guys are interested at all, please just download the app. It will support the channel. Go down to the link below, get the app, and that would mean the world to me. Okay, you support the sponsors, you support the channel, and you know, I really do appreciate you guys for all the support that you've given me over the years. And you know, shout out to Sleeper, obviously, for helping me do what I do, right? So yeah. All right. So, whoa, 20 minutes? You guys didn't tell me it was 20 minutes. You guys did not disclose to me that Mitch Johnson talked for 20 minutes. I swear this camera is, you guys say it looks okay, but I swear it feels blurry. I don't know what happened. It's nothing I did. I swear it's nothing I did. I didn't touch it, but now it's all blurry. Why is it so weird? Anyways, all right, Mitch Johnson, what you got to say?
Just the injury situation.
Oh, wait, before we do this, hold on. I did do a few polls. I asked you guys, how do you feel about Mitch Johnson this year? How confident are you? How much faith do you have in him? And I had you do a scale from 1 to 4. So let's take a look at what you guys said on Twitter, and then we'll take a look at what you said on YouTube. So here we go. Here we go. All right, let's look at the results. Still 13 hours left on it as of this live stream, but 29% gave it a 4. That's pretty high. 29% gave him a 4, and 48%, almost half, gave him a 3. But 29% for 4 is pretty high. So you guys have a lot of faith in him, right? That's pretty good. That is not bad whatsoever. All right, let's take a look at what you guys said on YouTube. I did the exact same poll. I have a feeling that my YouTube, because Twitter people, that's a big mix. I have a feeling that my YouTube people are going to be a little bit more realistic because you listen to me. All right, full disclosure. So that's 257 people. Full disclosure, I also give it a 3. I also give him a 3. Now, if the question was the coaching staff as a whole, it will be a 4, right? Because I think he's surrounded by so many good basketball-minded coaches, and he's so young. And I think 3 is pretty good. So 56%, more than half, gave him pretty high regards. 21, you guys are mean. 21% is pretty high for 2, but I would have chose 3. If I chose, I would have chose 3. So it seems like most Spurs fans are pretty high on Mitch Johnson, right? Yeah, we're pretty high on him. That's about 80%. About 80% are high on Mitch. All right, good stuff.
Yeah, I'll just go through. Yes.
That's why you said 4? Yeah, because of the coaching staff.
Dylan is doing well. He's on the court. That'll be just a pretty straightforward ramp up in terms of,
sorry, Mike.
Getting that thing to the point where it can have contact and be ready to be in a game and not get hit. De'Aaron Fox is improving and getting better. He's working.
Yo, no offense.
Out on the court, had a hamstring injury, and we're just going to be very mindful and conservative as we always are. He'll be out there ready to be practicing tomorrow, but we'll be big picture, obviously long season ahead. And Jeremy's left calf, similar, just improving on the court. All those guys are just getting better and better every day and improving and want to push it, but obviously we will not, as we have traditionally here.
Do you think Dylan will see any time? Do you think Dylan will see any time in the preseason? Will he be able to play at some point?
No.
Wait,
we were already told that he won't. They asked if Dylan Harper's going to get any preseason time. No.
We'll see. Yeah, I think, again, we're not going to try to put any particular timetable on certain things.
Dylan Harper? He's not getting any. I don't think. I heard he can't even dribble right now.
Things just everything is heading in the right direction and trending, and so we just want it to continue that way. And when it's all the way good and it's probably a little overdone on our end medically, then we'll clear him as we always do.
Yep.
Mitch, since we last
That's
saw
no
you here
preseason.
with the passing of the torch from Pop, it's going to be your show. You've hired new guys for your staff, Sean Sweeney and Corliss Williamson. Can you just tell us a little bit about your summer? And
Okay, we're slowing this down. We're slowing this down. So they mentioned how we chose other coaches and want to know about Mitch Johnson's summer.
and how it is you're putting your stamp on this with your coaches, your roster, and how you see things maybe changing.
Dylan said he's been shooting. Oh, okay. Is that post that I saw was false then? I saw some posts where Dylan Harper was hesitant to like dribble the ball for the photo shoot with his I don't know. It could have just been BS.
A little differently this year than last.
Yeah, I think very excited to get the opportunity to prepare for a season and to go through that cycle of the offseason and what
today
comes
he's been
about at
shooting.
times with that. One of those circumstances was rounding out the staff. Last year we didn't bring any staff in, so there were some opportunities to felt like we needed to round out the staff and add a few people, and we felt really good about the people that we brought in and people that we feel are our type of people and about the right stuff. And obviously
I saw that. He's excited. He think we got some killers. He's excited. You guys can say I'm looking too far into it. I don't know. I really vibe with that expression. Look at the expression.
Feel staff and add a few people, and we felt really good about the people that we brought in and people that we feel
You got killers.
are
He's like, yeah, we got some killers.
our type of people and about the right stuff, and obviously their resumes and experience precedes them in their experiences and what they've done prior to here, but really excited about adding to the group.
I noticed when you went down the medical chart earlier, you didn't mention Victor. Is he full clear to start practice?
Yeah, can Vic go? Vic can go preseason, right? He's good, right?
Victor's cleared. He's been cleared by our by our
Jeez,
medical team.
for the
and
love
by
of
league.
God.
Is he, you imagine it'll take a while to ramp up and get some.
No.
I imagine he had a very busy basketball summer.
No, he's good
been
right
ramping
now.
up. He's been in a really good place. I would think, if anything, his excitement and just ready to get back on the court. It's been obviously some time, and he was in angst for a long time to get back. So I would say that's probably that more than anything.
Guys, refresh my memory. Wembanyama, he was a rookie when he had that crazy game against Giannis, right? It's like I think back on that, and I'm thinking that's year 2 win, which is still crazy. But like I keep thinking about that crazy game against Giannis, where they were going back and forth, and he had that insane, like that was rookie. That was year 1. On his birthday. Wow. I just keep thinking back in that game, and I'm blown away that was his rookie year. That's wild, man. That's wild. What an incredible player we got. I remember how excited I was about Kawhi. This is like a whole nother level, bro. Jeez.
Hey, Coach, can you talk about just so many great defensive players, and then you pick up Dylan and Carter, just sort of what they can bring to you, the team defensively?
Crazy. Giannis,
Yeah,
it's like, and it's like people don't, because Giannis doesn't get enough credit in mainstream media, I don't think. Giannis is literally like one of the greatest players to ever walk this earth. Like people try to paint him as a guy that doesn't have skill and all he does is go downhill. Like Giannis is really good, and he's a smart player. Yeah, Giannis should just be putting the works on any rookie. Like Wemby was a legitimate challenge to him.
No, Bryan and his crew get a lot of credit for identifying certain.
Wemby versus Embiid game was crazy. Wemby was like in foul trouble, right? We just kept fouling Embiid. That was weird.
Traits and skills that we're looking to add to our team and continue to develop when we get certain types of players, and that defensive mindset is something that is at the forefront of that, and I think that'll be something that we want to continue to grow upon this year, not only with guys that we brought in like Dylan and Carter, some of the free agents or people we've added, but also the guys that have been here to continue to grow our identity and for that defensive side of the court to be our anchor.
Yep, I said it. You can get mad at me all you want, okay? But it started with Sohan. You started with Sohan. as far as defense, and then you just added on ever since. Yeah, that's our identity, defense. We have a plethora of defenders. How many you got? Like, even the ones that aren't great, but let's just say above average, right? You got Devin Vassell, you got Julian Champagny, Wembanyama, Sohan, Steph Castle, Carter Bryant. I already said Sohan, right? Who am I missing? Even Fox is a pretty decent defender. Luke Cornet. Anybody else? Dylan Harper's an okay defender. I think he's a good defender. Nasty.
We've gone through almost a full year now asking you about first.
And Keldon? Shut up.
Camp, and I know that Pop had his way of sort of setting a tone for a season. Do you think about him at a time like this, and how do you kind of set the tone for a season as a head coach starting in camp?
Yeah, I think
I'm the boss now.
one, I think about him a lot. I talk to him also, so he's still sharing his mentorship and ideas and thoughts and advice. I think setting the tone, it's my job to set the vision and expectations for the players, and then it's their job to bring that to life. And so I think it's my job to have the clear objectives of what we're trying to achieve and the outcomes that we're looking for. And I think that's something that we're hoping to start tomorrow and feel good about in the next few weeks, trying to implement.
What are your thoughts sort of on this journey that Vic kind of embarked on?
Olynyk decent? Yeah, Olynyk's decent too.
Mental, physical, some of everything.
Yeah, so especially when you follow it on social media like a lot of people have, right? It's a pretty unique rabbit hole you can get down.
We do not need Steven Adams. We're good now.
For someone of his age, he is so intentional on the variety of ways that he tries to improve as a player and a person. It's really something I've never witnessed or experienced in my time. It's quite curious. It's quite constantly trying to push himself out of his comfort zone and learn new things. And I just really am in awe sometimes of just the levels that he goes and the things that he thinks about that may be a small nuance, but he feels like if I can add this to my world being mindset, whatever it may be, it can help him or help me from his perspective when he's thinking that. And I think that's something that's just not very common in someone at his age. I know I wasn't thinking like that at that age.
Speed up, move up.
Yeah, two veteran big guys that
What are you looking forward to with our big man depth?
I think the variety and versatility of their skill sets is something that complements our group. I think they've been a part of winning programs in their careers. I think they are people.
In real talk, I think that was kind of the main thing I was pushing for the longest as well, right? Like a lot of people wanted a big man in the draft, like continuously wanted that. And there was a couple here and there that I wouldn't have mind, taking a swing on that I really enjoyed or I thought would have been pretty good for us. But at the end of the day, I think, I feel like I was right in thinking this, and I'm not the only one that thought this, is that you can get those big men, those backup centers outside of the draft. Like the draft is so valuable. You don't want to just be going after players that's going to be backup players. We weren't at that position yet, right? Like we're not at that place where we just need to go after guys that could just be backups, right? Just fill in spots for roles. You can get that in the offseason, and I thought that the Spurs did a good job of not instantly filling in that role when we weren't really ready to just yet, because draft picks are basically the most valuable asset teams have now, right? It was always like at the top 1 or 2. Now it's like definite draft is the most important thing you got, right? And I didn't want to just use it for a backup center or, this ideal, we'll have the new Twin Towers. Like that's not going to happen, right? In the modern NBA. Like it was just much better to just go ahead and go after a guy that can not only fill a role, but has a lot of potential to be great. Like Carter Bryan has a lot of potential. Even if he's not great, he can be a phenomenal role player. And then obviously Dylan Harper, you're not going to just pass up on him. But like if the Spurs just went and tried to fill a role right now, I feel like that's a little premature, right? So it's a little premature. So yeah, Cornet is it was a huge upgrade to Collins. Like it's not even close. It's night and day. It's night and day. Not to talk bad about Collins, but Collins he's not a backup center. Like this is night and freaking day.
that have embraced their role and really been able to help teams and impact winning. That doesn't always add up maybe on the stat sheet or show up in a box score, but when you really look into their roles and some of the things that they've done and the places they've been, those are two people that we identified to be a part of our group that we thought could really round out our lineups and rotations.
Wait, we had Collins?
How big is the difference to start the season with Wemby on and off the court compared to the end of last season where he was out?
To have him on the court versus off the court?
No, I mean, how big is the difference to having him on and off the court around you, around the team, compared to having him out for the end of the season?
Yeah, I think it's extremely important. His maturation process and growth as a player and our team are very, very mutually inclusive. And so for him to be a part of our team in the locker room, on the airplane, on the court, in a huddle, during a timeout, whatever it may be, there is so much value into that, whether that's right at that moment or what we're trying to grow and build here. And so for him to be around, and then for him to also have that fulfillment of being able to compete, because we know how he's wired and what he really identifies with and values in that regard, it's something that, unfortunately, you probably take it for granted when it's there, and then when it's gone, you really feel it. So I think, again, to have him healthy and ready to go right now is something that we're feeling really good about.
The amount of praise that Wembanyama gets, the thing that I really like about Wemby is he gets praise based on character more than anything else. Like, everyone can see with their eyes how talented he is, right? Like, but you never hear coaches just talk about that. Even when he was back in France, his coach said that he reminded him of Kobe. Like, guys that work out with them or guys that teach him something, like, everyone has the same thing about his character. That's what makes him scary, right? Like, you can have all the talent in the world, but when you have the type of character and drive and killer instinct as Wembanyama, that's what makes you dangerous. That's what makes Jordan dangerous. Jordan, yeah, he could fly through the air. They call him Air Jordan. He was just so talented with the basketball. But, like, what separates him? What separates him from, Tracy McGrady? What separates him from, other really great, talented, athletic, good players, good basketball players? It's the character, man. It's a vibe. Some people just have that type of vibe, and he has it. He's scary. Yeah. He's more killer than LeBron. I know that's crazy to say, and that's probably unfair, because LeBron is like one of the greatest players ever. I mean, I would say LeBron's in top 3 greatest players ever. But to be fair, LeBron James, a lot of his decisions seems like throughout his career is like an image thing, right? Like, he will give up in a final series. Like, he will. I've seen it. He will give up. He do not mind giving up if he has to. He will go to the press conference after a game with a cast on and say, well, that was kind of the reason we lost. Like, he will do that. Wemby's just wired differently.
Mitch.
The image.
You only got 5 games with De'Aaron and Wemby together last year. Steph emerges as Rookie of the Year. You guys have all offseason new and new staff to talk about. Basically new people, plus the guys, the agents that you pick up. Have you guys thought about, I'm sure you thought about it, how this all works together, how the pieces, all the talk that, 3 towers can't play together, all that kind of stuff. And does it look differently than the way you guys were playing at the end of last year?
I think the biggest thing will be that defensive identity. I think that we've landed on that being something that should be able to carry us through. And anytime you add new pieces, especially big pieces like a De'Aaron Fox, there will be time that it takes to find continuity, rhythm, chemistry. You see it all across the league. One thing that probably doesn't get talked enough about, in my opinion, is continuity. Very seldom do teams have the type of success they've had without 1, 2, 3+ years together, whether that's base, whether that's foundational pieces. You can look back to, I don't know how many champions, but all the ones that I can think of, they've had some type of base. Even Indiana last year, right? They've been growing that thing for a few years. And so I think for us, to have a base and anchor, which is our defense, and then it will be on us as a staff to continue to put people in places and in situations where they can grow and play together and learn how to play together. And I think we're never going to shy away or avoid having too many good players, especially with the amount of versatility and variety of strengths that they have. I think that's something we believe that they can play together and complement each other. And I think, again, when you go back to a lot of the teams who've had success recently in our league, there's been multiple people on their team that can dribble, pass, and shoot and play off each other. And the great thing about it, I think more than anything, has been not only the willingness, but actually the enthusiasm that those guys have had to play with one another and to be able to.
That's actually a real. I don't know if he meant it this way, but one thing that came to mind while he was speaking is, like, you take somebody like Wembanyama, right? And he's so great at so many different things, and that's kind of what makes it kind of difficult for him to play with. But, like, building a team around Wembanyama, your chances of messing this up or screwing this up might be, the threshold might be a little bit lower than it would for another, player, another star player, right? Like Luka Doncic is phenomenal, right? Like, don't get me wrong, Luka Doncic is one of the greatest players I've ever seen in my life. But he does lack defense, right? He definitely lacks that. And, him being a heliocentric, type player, you want to get shooters around him. Maybe you want some drive to the basket type guys. You know what I mean? Get some easy alley-oops, pick and roll action, all that good stuff. But Wembanyama, him being so great is so many different things. Even as the years go by and the Spurs start to adjust and change based on Wembanyama's age and how he likes to play at that time, and I don't know, it's your chances of screwing up, I just think, are lower than some other superstars in the league, and that's because Wemby's great at everything. I can't really think of something that Wemby isn't basically great at. If you guys can, you can let me know, but like, I can't think of one thing he's not great at.
Me create an advantage for you and vice versa, and be able to
just makes it so dangerous. And also, you can just kind of adjust on the fly, right? Like Wembanyama's role and what you need in any given game can just change because he's so good at everything.
With their strengths on strengths together.
Mitch, you guys have been very patient in building this program back. Fans, maybe not so much after the playoff drought that you guys have experienced. What are your expectations for this team this season?
Yeah, I think first of all, I think there's an acknowledgement of fans aren't supposed to be patient. So that's part of their job and what they do, and we love the support, and we love that they want us to win. I think our expectations are continuing to do what you just said. We've been building.
I'm a bad fan because I've been patient. I've been super patient
in this thing and trying to grow and trend in the right direction. And we feel like this is another step of our journey in the maturation process into becoming a more competitive team.
Hi, Coach. You just spoke about Wemby and how curious he is. And just what do you think of that idea?
Wemby need to improve his post game. I mean, yeah, there's things, like, don't get me wrong, there's things he can improve at. But, like, I would still say Wemby's quite above average in post game play, I don't know.
To create this fan section for die-hard fans in the arena. Did he talk to you about this, and do you think it can work? It can take off, not only in San Antonio, but in the NBA in general?
I have no idea if it'll work. I guess that's up to the people that he chose or who are going to be in that section, and if they have the wherewithal to be able to achieve that.
Yeah, it's more of a physical thing. It's more about strength and balance. Yeah, it's more of a physical thing than anything. Like, but his post game, as far as post game moves and everything, I mean, he's really good. I kind of think back at that exhibition game, when he went against the G League. You guys remember that? When his team went against the G League? That was incredible. And I thought he had quite a few good showings of his post game moves. So he got it. It's more physicality. So, like, once again, I just think he's great at everything.
We talked about it last year. We were in Paris. We went to a PSG football game, and they have obviously a very big section that does exactly that. And so seeing that in person was a very big, experience and impression made upon me. I love the idea, and if we have a group of people that can do that, that's awesome.
Hey, Coach.
He's really excited about those fans. One of our own made it. Yeah, one of our own made it. The girl that was losing it. You guys remember? She was losing. She made it. I follow her on Twitter. She's cool.
How significant is that for you and your family?
I think it's significant in the sense that if people resonate.
Wait, was I reacting to the wrong thing? He was talking about the section, right? The section for all the fans? No? Hold on, what's her name on here? Crap, I don't remember her name on here. Oh, wait. I think I liked one of her last. Here we go. Satnam? Her? Remember when she lost it? She made it. Hold on. Where is it? I didn't even know she reposted something. Yeah, this. When she just keep changing her profile picture. Yeah. She like poured water all on the ground. Yeah, there it is. And she made it. Yeah, here it is. Remember, cause I saw, and she ended up letting me know, yeah, that is RCB for, cause I was like, that's weird, bro. What are you doing? And then like when it cuts back to him, he disappears. Watch this. Look at him. Look at him. Why? He doesn't have to do that. He doesn't have to do that. Watch this. Watch this. Watch this. He's gone. But yeah, she ended up making it. What in the world? Yeah, it's for that fan section. The Spurs gonna have a new like fan section. They have to pay like $1,000, but they get season tickets just to the Spurs home games. But it seems like a really great deal, and they get really good seats. It's gonna be cool. It should bring more excitement. We should be much louder now. We should be loud every game now, which is cool.
They're identified with something that hasn't happened much, or is something that may be new for them.
And you probably have to show up. I don't know. I think maybe you probably have to show up to the games to be allowed. It's like $25 a game. Oh, there you go. Yeah, 1,000 sounds like a lot, but then when you consider it's all home games, like, I mean, there's some really expensive home games for those type of seats that will be half that price. Tickets are too expensive anyways, but you get what I'm saying. You got to show up to 75% of the games. Okay. I figured it had to be like some caveat.
World, and that gives them any type of positive mindset or belief in something for themselves or their loved ones, and that's great.
That's gonna be it's not that tough. It's not that tough. If you live in San Antonio, that's not tough at all. Obviously, you have to live. You don't live in San Antonio. That's not that hard to do. Because like even if it's at a weird day, like Monday or whatever, it's always at night. So.
You know, honestly, for me, I don't know if I've always thought about it or think about it. You know, this place is so diverse in the environment that we're here, and I guess it's something that maybe I don't take for granted, but it's not on the forefront of my mind. But yeah, I think if it's something that someone resonates with or relates to, then that's awesome.
Mitch, I know the modern NBA's position was, but what position does Stephon Castle play?
Really good player. Yeah, I think, again, we have a few of those guys. And I think the more different...
If I had to put Steph Castle in a box, I would go point guard, shooting guard. That's what I would go with. I'll go point guard, shooting guard.
Ways that our guys can impact winning and play together, the more different ways and combinations of guys we can play together. And that gives us just that much more ammo and runway to be creative and thorough in trying to create advantages and put good players together that can complement each other.
Your predecessor would be proud of that answer. I guess the question that people have is, do you see him playing alongside De'Aaron and or Dylan, or do you see situations where Stephon might be the lead guard on the court at a certain time?
I see all that.
Are you guys gonna miss Popovich being grumpy with reporters? I am gonna kind of miss that just a little bit. Mitch Johnson got to bring that. He got to one up it. He got to one up Pop. Yes, yeah. He got to one up him. Like when someone asks him a question, you know, like why was Keldon Johnson in the game the last 3 minutes? No one's gonna ask that. He just needs to like look at the reporter and say F you. Shut up. You ugly. Shut up. F you. Next question. Yeah.
I think Steph has proven in 3 years everything you just asked. In high school, he was an All-American who was the main creator and played with the basketball in his hands the whole time.
He's a champion.
He goes to UConn and plays every position but basically person with the ball in their hands as a primary creator. And then he arrived here, and a lot by circumstances, and then also a lot by potential and what he showed us, played every single role. He handled in pick and roll. He set screens in pick and rolls. He improved on his catch and shoot from three. He's obviously been one of our main defenders. We're going to ask him to rebound. We're going to ask him to play on and off the ball. And so I think what he has already done is just something we want to continue to grow him in. And again, I think he's built for it, has already shown the chops to do it and had success with it.
So Mitch, I'm sure you spent this summer strategizing, planning
Yeah, I think, you know, luckily with Vic, I don't have to open up Twitter. Like, the creativity is something that's been there from day one. We want this team to be in the reflection of Victor. He's our best player. He's our guy. And so we're going to continue to build with him, build around him, and hopefully push him and challenge him in ways and hold him accountable to continue to be better like he wants to be and be coached hard. And
now, why would you not build around Jeremy Sohan? What's Mitch Johnson talking about? What's he thinking?
That is going to be something that we ask of him along with all the other players. And I think his willingness to embrace that is really important for our group.
Devin, old hands, of course. Now, what are your expectations for those two, particularly Devin?
It's crazy to hear that. I think those guys have really matured and kind of graduated to that next step of being an NBA player, and you kind of alluded to that as we smile and say in tongue-in-cheek. Those guys are our vets. Those guys have been here long enough now to know what things are supposed to look like and sound like and be like. And I think for them to go through the cycle of their individual growth and roles that they have and still be who they are as people and want to be a part of this program shows that they want to be a part of this thing for the long haul. And I think
I'm going to need these reporters to stop putting Devin Vassell and Keldon in the same sentence, okay? I'm going to need y'all to stop doing that.
Continuation of that and impact.
Calm down, Clan. Oh, with the Sohan thing? Nah, I'm just joking.
Winning and being winning players is something where they have shown they are committed to. And I think, again, for us to take that next step of our journey and our maturation process to truly do that, then those guys will have to be at the forefront of leading that.
Following that up, Mitch, there was a time when Jeremy and Keldon were the primary scorers and the guys, right? And so now with all the attention going to Castle's emergence, Wemby coming back, the addition of De'Aaron, the addition of Harper, do you have to get Devin and Keldon to accept different type of roles, whether that's less shots, whether that's less minutes?
Keldon, I think, undoubtedly is going to have less minutes. I don't know if it'll be early on. Also, Mitch Johnson isn't going to say that. But I think Keldon's going to have less minutes. Devin Vassell should be fine. But we have so much depth now. I don't know. How many minutes did Keldon even average last season? Do you guys know? Chat might know. How many minutes did he... Guys, look that up for me real quick.
Focus on something different like defense.
I think it's to answer that question, I think it's a team answer. Obviously, they'll get attention because they've been here. So when you look back on their history here, their roles may look different, but that's really the NBA. And I think when you talk about winning, and when you have teams that focus on winning, and when you actually do win, then you get that in a variety of ways, right? Like, no one knows who led
23? 23.3? Yeah, no, he's not getting no 23 minutes per game. No more. Yeah, that's not gonna happen. Maybe 15. We'll see. I could be wrong, but maybe early on, but once guys are starting to get back healthy, like, there's no way. There's no way. He'd probably be more like 15 or 10, yeah. I feel like Devin Vassell is going to get plenty of minutes. But I don't think that'll happen with Keldon.
OKC and all their playoff games in scoring, or who hit this big shot, or who did this big play, because it leads to winning. And so I think that they did that at the highest level this past season, and that's something where when you're striving to do that, you don't have to ask someone to do that or try to convince them of that. When everybody has one thing in mind and one goal, and that's winning, then whatever's called upon is called upon, and hopefully everybody's going to be able to deliver when asked.
Coach, when it comes back to setting the tone, is there a motto or a word?
He was really confused. Is she invisible?
That you're clinging on to this season that kind of conveys the message of the team this year?
I think we're just going to wake up and do the work of the day that's called, and then try to continue to repeat that over and over again. But no, there's no motto. There's no lightning rod word or anything like that. We're just going to work.
You know what? I really like that, because God almighty, if you guys are Cowboys fans at all, I got so tired of the lightning in the bottle BS from that team, bro. It's not sustainable. It's stupid. You guys remember when we had Jason Garrett and he kept with the, like, finish the fight? Like, it was a whole like a whole campaign, bro. It was like a marketing campaign of finish the fight. It was ridiculous. Was it a fun season? Yes, but in the back of my mind, I was thinking, dude, we have like one opportunity to win a championship, and it's this year. I was like, everyone's healthy. Everyone is very good. Romo is at the best of his abilities right now. Like, I was like, this is the year to win it. And I knew also because of the coach that we had, because that whole motto thing, like, here's the motto, it's BS, right? Like, Popovich, reason why I love Popovich is because the motto changes all the time. It's a constant adjustment. Oh, we're gonna watch this documentary on freaking penguins and look at how penguins work together, right? Like it's all these different things, right? Even when he talks about things politically and what's going on, you know, and how certain people, well, just Americans in general, you know, become are oppressed and going through so many different things. You have to band together and stay together, and it's just so many different things he'll throw out there. And you have enough of that, it kind of creates like this cohesive narrative in your mind, right? Of being there for your teammates, playing together, being on the same page. You know, it's all these different things. No one can just point at one thing. That's why you have like 5 million different things that Popovich has said to the team that guys bring up, right? Popovich, every game isn't like, I want some nasty. That was a one-time thing. I bet you he never said that once again. Like, it's just all these small things that he instilled in his team. There is no, you know, magic motto that will energize you to win these games. And that was BS. That was one of the reasons. I mean, it's not the reason, but it was one of the reasons why, like, I just do not watch the Cowboys anymore. It's just lightning in a bottle with this team all the time. They're just constantly searching and chasing this lightning in a bottle. When in actuality, there's multitude of different factors of what makes a team cohesive. The 2014 Spurs didn't come out of nowhere. It was multitude of teachings and so many different angles and so many different conversations and so many different practices that brought that team together. So I love that Mitch Johnson said, I don't have a motto, right? I don't have a motto. I would say our motto last season came from Chris Paul, in which he says something in the lines of like, you're supposed to win, but that's one small, or you need to play like you're supposed to win. That's one small thing that you instilled in the team. It's not going to be a lightning in a bottle and everyone can just like be great all of a sudden, you know? It's not. I'm sorry. I really like this answer. I stopped watching the boys in the regular season years ago. It's so depressing watching them get to the first round and acting like it's just stupid, man. It's the same thing every year. And it's because they're always chasing this lightning in a bottle. They're always chasing this period of time. They're always chasing it. They're always chasing the 90s Cowboys. Oh, we had a strong line and we had a great running back. That's what made us great back then. No, actually maybe it was the coaching, and maybe it was a multitude of different things. Maybe it was the character of the guys that you had on the team, right? The San Antonio Spurs have looked different year upon year upon year upon year upon year. With almost all of our championships, we look quite different. But the only thing that we had in common was the character of these guys. Talent and character. Yeah, just chasing. Like, what if the Spurs just kept chasing the 1999 Spurs all the time? Yeah, of course, Pop. You just chasing the 99 Spurs. We got to find our David Robinson. We got to find our David Robinson. We got to find our David Robinson. No, it's about adjustment. So there is no just one thing. There's no one motto. I love that question because it gave us a great ending and great answer. I don't know. You're going in order or random? Wait, what do you mean? I don't know what you meant by that. Oh, by these press conferences? I don't know. It's kind of random, isn't it? Anyways. Yeah, it's kind of random. All right, last one for today. Wemby. Oh, dude. Oh, my God. Y'all almost had a heart attack. I was excited to look at this Wemby one. And I said, okay, here's the Wemby one. And it says 1 hour and 42 minutes or 43 minutes. I was like, oh, my God. Oh, my God. I got to sit here for 1 hour and 43 minutes. Wemby talked for 1 hour and 43 minutes. Good God. The patience he learned from being a monk has just gone way too far. I was like, come on. No. That's the entire media day. It's not the, yeah. I was like, what? 20 minutes? All right, guys. Buckle up. Buckle up, Buttercup. Is that how they say it? I don't know.
Hey, go ahead.
I want to point something out. Hold on. Why the Spurs thumbnails look like mine's all of a sudden? Just a little bit. Why they got the little box? They ain't never did that before. What they trying to do? What you trying to do? I'm kinda irritated I've never been acknowledged by the Spurs, okay? We run this YouTube stuff. This our house. Okay.
Hey, good. How are you?
Great. Did you do anything interesting this summer?
What a great question. All right, we can slow it down because Wemby's cool.
Yeah. I did a lot of interesting things, and you didn't see all of them, but you saw more than I'd like.
What was your favorite?
Oh, wow. You saw more than I'd like. Wow.
My favorite was probably, going to NASA and checking.
Some of it is French. Oh, okay. Well, we won't be watching that portion. The last 5 minutes talking.
Yeah, all the stuff I'm passionate about from the inside.
What training with the monks? What did you learn or take from that?
So training with the monks was an incredible experience. First of all, the culture shock of just being in China, even before reaching the temple at all. It's
Hold on, guys. Hold on, guys. Guys, give me a second. How far back we gotta go? Hold on. You guys gotta be patient with me. I'm trying to see something. Let it run. See, 8 months. Oh crap. I want to see something real quick. If we go to Wembanyama, All-Star.
Première ligne, Christophe, s'il vous plaît. Troisième après.
Jeez. Wemby looks more defined. People bring up, like, has he gotten stronger? He looks more defined. And this is only 8 months ago. If we did a comparison between him and, like, rookie year, it would be insane. But, yeah, he definitely looks more defined.
It's so interesting. And
that was a lot. I know that was a long just to get to that, but I had to see.
And very surprising. I really loved it. And training with the monks itself in the temple, incredible experience.
Pretty big
very much out of my
I think.
comfort zone. It was my intent from the start, but that's probably as far a physical activity as I'm used to doing. So it really paid off in terms of training, and as a life experience, it's as a curious person, it's just great.
What made it outside your comfort zone?
Oh, I mean, because it's movements in terms of pure training. I mean, it's movements that I or NBA players, in general, we're not used to do. It's so first of all, it's like physical activity, which is not a team sport, and like kicks. I mean, I don't know if I had ever thrown a kick seriously before, and all this kind of stuff.
They're not moves you can use on the court, though.
I can't. I mean, I can, but just once.
Okay. That was actually the funniest thing Wemby has ever said. That was actually good.
Victor, on one hand,
That was clever.
Coming off this possibly like traumatic experience of possibly losing your career, to seeing the world and doing these things with
Guys, he's built.
All of this from last February.
Wimmy's like seriously built.
So just so I understand.
And this isn't like after a game, right? Like where the blood is pumping. I don't think this is after a workout. This is just after like taking some pictures, I think, right? Or is this after? This isn't after a workout, because they wouldn't wear these jerseys to work out or anything. This is just after taking some pictures, right? Yeah, he's definitely stronger. Like you can see it. It doesn't always show up, right? But like this is very obvious.
Please explain compartmentalize.
The basketball side of it and the seeing the world side of it.
Oh, so you know the traumatic experience you talked about is very much linked to all the stuff I've done this summer. You know, there's this will obviously to come back and rehab and
when he's built, bro,
to become even better than before. But there's also a big feeling that, you know, I mean, life isn't forever, you know, and there are some experiences we're gonna miss on. It's inevitable, but I'm gonna miss on the least of him that I can, you know, like I want to experience the most, and this is something that I wanted to do, and I'm not, just because I'm in the NBA, I'm not gonna keep myself from doing it, you know. I want to experience those things.
Just to be clear, I'm understanding you. Did the health scare sort of prompt you to want to do more of that stuff?
Yeah, for sure. To want to do more of this stuff and to not keep myself from doing stuff, and this works for every fields of life, you know. From being a public person to being a professional athlete, it doesn't matter. I'm still gonna do the things I want to do as a human.
It sounds like it's been kind of a profound experience for you then, to reevaluate things.
The temple or the thrombosis?
Both.
Yeah, of course. I mean, it's life changing. You know, I mean, spending so much time in hospital.
In college, I would lift a little on media day to look bigger, but he clearly been at the gym. Oh well. Yeah. No, I think it's not just this either. Like I'm going off of other, you know, images we've just had of Wemby just out. It's like, yeah, he's gotten bigger.
And around doctors and you know, hearing more bad news than I wish I heard. You know, of course it's as you said, it's traumatic, but in the long run, I think it's going to be very beneficial, because even though I don't wish it on nobody, it makes you understand lessons that nothing else could have made you understand.
Hey, Victor back here. You look much stronger, I think, than the last time we saw you. Your biceps are popping a little bit more. Just how much? There, yeah, that's you got the camera. Look.
See, I'm not crazy. See.
Mix it up. How much muscle exactly do you think you've added since the last time?
Well, the reporter just took it too far. He's like, yeah, but take your shirt off, Vic. Let's take a look. No, what if Vic just took it too far? Like Primo level. Like, why did I say that?
And what did your workout regimen look like this summer?
Why did I say that?
So I did a lot, you know, of pure mass first of all, but you should ask the medical staff that are like all the scans and stuff. But of course, I've added muscle mass. And my training this summer, I mean, it was brutal. You know, it's been months. The first part of it was
I'm ashamed of myself.
And rehabbing and getting my abilities back, and after that, it was just so much developing, you know. And I've spent, I mean, I can assure you, nobody has trained like I did this summer, and this is my best summer so far. Like I can tell the progress is just incredible.
Guys, I know I got some heat for this, okay? And I did not. Let me preface it. I did not want it to go down the way that it went down. But what I said before was that I was really hoping that Wembanyama would miss out on Eurobasket just so he can really focus in on conditioning and getting stronger and just lock in for this upcoming season. Because I didn't feel like he had a real offseason since coming to San Antonio. Just saying. Just saying.
I feel better. I look stronger, and you know, the scale says I'm heavier, so everything is a green light.
How do you think that's going to impact the game, being a lot stronger?
Oh, I mean, it's impacted already. You know, I've seen it in
so
the runs I've done this summer, or even here in San Antonio. I'm so much more under control, and my conditioning has gotten so much better. But that comes at a price, you know. And what I've done this summer, it's world class. I mean, even in the field of professional sports, I don't think many people have trained the way we've trained this summer.
Are you eating a lot more? Has your diet changed in any way?
I'm still eating a lot, but you know, obviously I don't think I'll be obese anytime soon. But I've been eating a lot, but eating a lot has been the focus for years. So it's progressively.
He's huge, y'all.
Victor,
I know it's weird to keep pointing that out, but like I think that is, look, he's an athlete. Like I think that is this is with the previous seasons when we took these interviews or looked at him, I would be like, oh yeah, he's gotten bigger, right? Like he's gotten stronger. Like, oh yeah, he looks great. But I always said that I felt like people sometimes over exaggerate just a little bit. This is not over exaggerate. Like he's bigger. Like it's very obvious. He looks very strong.
Sorry, can you repeat?
Given the time off,
oh yeah.
you feel like you should play more in the
So
you think the reporter flinched? Is Wemby like Debo now? You think the reporter flinched like when he said, "What you say?" He's like, "Ugh."
Given the time off, do you feel like you need to play a little more in the preseason, or is it just going to be like it has been the last couple of years?
Sorry, can you repeat?
Given the time off,
oh yeah.
Sorry. Like you should play more in the
So I feel like I need to play basketball now. Obviously, I play basketball.
I freaked out.
Summer, but
he scared me. I went to the wrong tab.
On my body, there's only so many steps that I'm gonna pass this summer. Like, I'm only gonna get so much better. I think I've maxed out what I could do in one summer, and now I need to play basketball, and work on my skills and as a team, tactically. So yeah, I want to play, and I need to. I miss it.
Jeremy and Stephon both mentioned use the word scary to describe the team's defensive potential. Do you think that has the potential to be the identity of this team, a really good defensive?
Oh yeah, of course. My goal is to set standards. We've started to set them in the gym, but from the first game of the season, even in preseason, this is a non-negotiable. It's not something. It's not something you can't do if you want to be a part of our team. And we're gonna hold each other accountable. We know the coach is gonna hold us accountable, and it doesn't matter your status. It's defense is non-negotiable.
Keldon's shaking in his boots right now. Keldon's looking like that Jordan Peele meme. You know what I'm talking about? We just trenched in sweat.
Anticipate being. I know you were cleared by the team in the league. You anticipate being ready for opening night?
Yeah, of course. Just being in the arena with fans is gonna. I anticipate it, and I'm so excited. I miss it so much.
Victor, you mentioned that being at NASA was your favorite part of the summer. Just going back to NASA really quickly, there's so many facets of NASA, whether it's space exploration, planetary science. What was your favorite aspect of going to visit NASA?
My favorite aspect, so there was a few, but meeting astronauts that either have been to space or are going to, and legends amongst them. I also went to Axiom, the spacesuit company. I met Peggy Whitson, which has the highest time spent in space by an American, and many other great people. But so that was one.
The universe is incredible. I can't even comprehend the possibility of there not being a beginning. Like it's just infinite. It's just always been. That's scary. That's crazy.
My favorite aspects, and the other one was probably just like a kid, seeing the machines and the aircrafts, everything that's a replica of what's actually in space or going to space. That was incredible.
One of the reasons why kids love outer space is because NASA kind of has that mindset that you can do anything beyond expectations of what people believe. How do you apply that with the NBA?
I can definitely see a parallel for sure. It's an interesting thought. Yeah.
I think we hear a lot. We hear a lot about you as the alien, right? What did you learn about yourself as a human being this summer?
I learned a lot more than I could tell in just one interview. But as I said, learned many lessons and things that I've.
He's huge. I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what you guys want me to say. We've seen like every Wembanyama interview, and I'm saying this is a dramatic difference. his head looks smaller. His head looks smaller because his body's bigger. You can even see his neck. Like Debo, bro. He's about to take my chain and my bike.
I'm never gonna.
And all of our girls.
Forget because they're marked in my body, and as I said, I'm at the end of the day, I'm grateful of what I learned, and I'm grateful that I'm passing the steps, in my life, in my career and as a person.
Vic, over here. Have you had to change any of your routine since the thoracic outlet thrombosis with your right shoulder? Was there any causation there of something that you were doing that you had to change so that there's not re-injury?
So I don't know where you heard that this is thoracic outlet thrombosis, but it was definitely a DVT. But I have new.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's what people. Wait a minute.
DVT. So I don't know where you heard that this is thoracic outlet thrombosis, but it was definitely a DVT. But I have new routines for sure.
Wasn't that Spurs reporter that said that? Or maybe he got it from somewhere else.
And done a lot of job of rehab. But it's I've changed routines, especially in terms of. I mean, it's not really related to this. It's the way I want it to work. For example, just one example. I've done much more conditioning in game-like situations. Before, I might have focused more on being able to spend more time in the court, maybe do conditioning in the bike or in the pool. And this summer I chose to do something much more violent, which is conditioning on the court, game-like situations. And maybe that takes away from some time I can spend shooting basketball, but it doesn't matter. I wanted to get my body right.
Vic, how was being part of? Oh, you're right. How was it part of? How was it?
It must be a very big room.
For the fan section tryouts, and how excited are you about your idea coming to full form?
That was so interesting. It was really fun, and what we took away from this is I'm very hopeful. I've met with the group of we've selected the most how do you say, like, dedicated of them, and we have a real organization now and it's since a few days it's not my project anymore. They've got it in their hands, and it's going to grow into something great.
Vic, when you look at the additions this offseason and then the continued growth of your nucleus, do you look at this year as the opportunity to take that next step?
So just really quick, I just want to throw this out there because there's been like some weird like xenophobia over around the NBA for like some time now. Do you guys think that the mainstream media is going to avoid ever giving Wembanyama the greatest of all time title? Just out of curiosity, because they've done this with other players, but like I feel like Wembanyama will be the most obvious. If there were to be a player that ended up being greater than Jordan, he will be the most obvious. Do you think that they'll like purposefully not give him that? Probably, but it won't faze me. I mean, it won't faze us, but like people have to go out of their way to say Michael Jordan isn't the greatest, right? Like, or they just don't know anything about Jordan. I don't know, but like Wemby, I just don't see how you can. It'll be so obvious, right? Like when he's just because we've seen games, even his rookie season, where he was just unstoppable. There's nothing you can do on both ends. There's nothing you can do. I don't know. I really hope that's not the case. I hope they stop with the weirdness they've been doing with like foreign players. Because yeah, I mean, the truth is, the NBA is an international league. A lot of players come over, and I mean, the greatest player, actually, the top 3 greatest players in the NBA right now aren't even American, or weren't born in America. What SGA's Canadian, right? And then Jokic, Giannis, yeah.
The chance for the team to get back into
Luka,
the playoffs.
Of course, yeah, it's the goal. And
but Jokic doesn't get any credit. Yep.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. Unfortunately, I wish it was already last season, but I realize more and more that there are some things that no matter how hard you try, it takes time and it takes maturity.
Well, two of the additions from the offseason were Kelly Olynyk and Cornet, two big men. What do you make of them, and how might they make your life easier in the
I mean, veterans, they know the league really well, and it's, they will have an important role for us for sure. I haven't gotten to play with Kelly yet, but Luke has been great here in the gym. Playing with and against him has been really interesting, and I know for sure both of them are gonna help us really much.
Does it give you a little bit of maybe optimism that you guys can keep up the rim defense even on the floor?
Of course.
Oh yeah, I mean, with Luke, it's not even optimism; it's necessity. It's our combination of both of us, but also whether he's on the court or not, or I'm on the court or not, we will need to have some of the best rim protection in the league for sure, the best.
Having been cleared by both the team and the league, is there any lingering concern at all that this could recur, or what's kind of your long-term part?
This be another tough season for the Spurs. Spurs are gonna kill this season. We have so much. I'm sorry. I am so sorry, Wemby. I left you on this pause screen. Hold on.
Not at all.
There you go, my boy. Yeah, no, this season's gonna be great. Like even if like it starts off and certain players like can't play, we have so much depth till I don't know. We're just so much better. Wemby being better. The biggest thing about this season is Luke Cornet coming off this bench. I think, right? Like that's the biggest thing, because even when we had less talent, the bigger issue that we had was when Wemby sat, everything stopped. Like we're either just holding on for dear life to keep a lead, or the other team is just coming back instantly. So that's not the biggest thing. So as long as Luke Cornet's okay, we'll be okay. So even if our offense isn't popping off yet, we'll be fine.
It's so medically there's no concern at all, and how to say, like as my own personal word,
I don't know if shooting is still an issue, right? Like if you look at De'Aaron Fox, before his injury, he was shooting very well from behind the arc. We know for a fact that Sohan has been relentless in trying to work on that aspect of the game. His shot looks significantly better. I would say Castle's look about the same, but we'll see. We know that Keldon's been working on that quite a bit, but we can have shooters, right? You have Chimpini, you have Devin Vassell, who his role should be, dumbed down a little bit. You have Harrison Barnes. We know Wemby can shoot. We got shooters. I think we're fine. I don't think shooting will be a huge issue.
I'm way past that.
Even Dylan Harper. Dylan Harper's a good shooter off ball.
Since I've been feeling confident, as much in the movement as in the way my body works, my physiology.
Hey Vic, we've seen you rocking Nike B's featuring your hand-drawn alien on the tongue alongside the basketball alien logo Nike's been using in promos. Can you clarify which is actually your logo, and how does it feel seeing fans already excited for a potential Nike 1v1 potential signature shoe?
So I don't have.
There's a one with this tongue in?
Have a logo or a signature shirt yet, so simple as that.
Those of us who've gone to Japan, go to China, you get this kind of perspective shift. And I'm wondering, as you spend your time...
Man, for real. He said you go to Japan or China. Well, I've never been to China, but like Japan, total different mindset when you're there. I keep saying this all the time just because I'm geeked about it, but I'm moving to Japan next year. It's going to be dope. It's going to be dope. I already met some friends that live there.
Or you see how every day can be a little bit different, how we do things here. How did that shape the way you did your everyday practice when you came back here, and what lessons from that are you taking into how you even see your role as a basketball player?
It definitely expands, my, of course, the vision of the world, and makes you understand people better. But I don't know if I could tell you a specific phrase or lesson that I get from this, but it's interesting experiences that make you grow as a person in general.
It's kind of like what we said with the Mitch Johnson interview. It's kind of like you get so much information from different areas, it just kind of creates its own thing, right? Like you've seen people that are extraordinarily smart, or philosophers or psychologists or doctors or whatnot, and they have like all these books behind them, and then you're like, do they remember every single thing that's in this book? No, right? Even if they read all of those books, they don't remember every single thing, but some things come up often, right? Or certain themes come up often in what you read, and it's just all these different puzzle pieces that create one big, puzzle on how to view things. Maybe Doctor was a bad example, but just like overall, like just readers, you know? I don't know. Or even just any art you indulge in, right? Like I've seen a plethora of movies, and I can't tell you specifically which one shaped some of my views on certain topics. Like I can't, but I can promise you that art had some type of impact on me, right? And I think it's the same thing with Wemby, where it's like people are looking for like this phrase or something to put in the article or put in the title, and there is nothing. There is none. You know? No. All right, that's in French. All right, let's see if there's... Okay, nobody really answering French. Okay, so guys, if you are French and you want to help out us fellow Spurs fans, please feel free to translate anything in the comments below if you want to. You don't have to, but I know some people from France have done that before for us. Some people have done it when they were in the chat, but we don't have to do all that. It's okay. It's all right. Read some of these comments and end it. Not having the rebounding exacerbated the position of the guards, and a lot of the play they were taking bad second looks on offense rather than resetting. That is true. This was Devin's first healthy offseason in the last couple of years. That is true as well. I think he will be more efficient this year. All you have to do is compare the team we started with, compare it to this year. It's crazy thinking like Trey Jones, Malachi Wesley, like it's wild. LeBron was reading books at one point. I don't know if he finished them, but he was reading. Well, I don't know. Heading to a game in November. Super hyped to see the stacked team. Heck yeah. My parents speak French. I'm so embarrassed. I don't know a lick, guys. Oh, it's all right. A thought ponder in my head was technically Primo was the true beginning of the rebuild. No, it's not technically. He was the true. He was the head of the rebuild. There's no technically. You guys want to know the worst fans in the world? Just go look up how people reacted right when Primo got traded. Or not traded, when he got released. The worst fans in the world were the ones blaming the San Antonio Spurs for getting rid of the kid, right? Like, worst people imaginable. That were just so irritating to deal with. My initial reaction when Primo left, you can go back and watch the live stream. I was just like, what did he do? Like, that was my main question. What did he do? I didn't instantly say like, wow, give him a chance. It's like, dude, they don't just release somebody like that. Like, this had to have been pretty serious, you know? And then when we found out, I definitely was like, yeah, he can't come back. You can't just bring him back like that. But yeah. I think one thing that really bothered me about the Primo thing was people saying stuff like, oh, Joshua Primo should like have another opportunity in the NBA. You know, his future shouldn't be destroyed just because of this. And it's like, hold on. You know, there's so many other guys trying to climb to get into the NBA, and you squander your opportunity with that. I think that he deserves a second chance in life, but that doesn't have to be basketball, right? You can do something else. It doesn't have to be basketball. And if it is basketball, you can do it on a smaller scale, right? But like with his issue and what he had going on, bro, just more power and more like just money and power that comes with being an NBA player. He just would have hurt more people. Like, he can play overseas. Yeah. You know, learn from it and get a second chance somewhere else. But like, I didn't feel like Primo was like owed a spot in the NBA for a second chance, right? Most of us can't make it to the NBA. Okay? You mess up the opportunity. It is what it is. Like, most of us can't make it to the NBA. There's lots of guys that are trying to get in the NBA. Let somebody else have that spot. You know? And I understand it's definitely a mental health issue, but he needs some help for it. But you know, it just is what it is. You probably shouldn't be in that position, you know. And you guys know I was crazy about Primo, unlike Kobe Bryant. To be fair, I mean, there's hypocrisy in the NBA and sports in general as well. If you're talented enough, yeah, they'll always have a spot for you. I mean, it's unfortunate that the NBA is like that, or professional sports in general. Like, they would sweep things under the rug. But kudos to the Spurs for not doing that. Kudos to them for not doing that. That's true, Em. I did see Primo's flashes before anyone else. I think one thing that does bother me is when people say, like, you are wrong about Joshua Primo. How do you know that? How do you know I was wrong about Primo? The circumstances in which Primo was released. Come on. I understand if it didn't pan out and he ended up like a Lonnie Walker or something, we trade him away. Okay, yeah, I was wrong about Primo, but you can't seriously say that with a straight face. I was wrong. I still believe he would have been really good. You know? I still believe it. You screwed it up. I don't know. Who gonna run the offense, Clan? Jeremy Sohan. You just mean at point guard? I mean, De'Aaron Fox, and then I think it'll be by committee with Steph Castle and Dylan Harper, based on what you need. Yeah, it'll be De'Aaron Fox. How do you think his game would have looked next to Wemby? I mean, he's just an overall really good, player. He complimented Wemby quite a bit. In college, he was more of a spot-up three-point shooter, but before that, prior to that, he showed a lot of chops for creating his own shot. So he would have been nasty. He would have been nasty. And nasty's a bad word. You know what I mean. Anyways. Chris Paul was doing a good job running the point guard spot. Yeah. Yeah. We didn't really get to see De'Aaron Fox fully be able to do it because him playing on the court with Chris Paul was so ugly. But yeah, I think he'll be better than Chris Paul. Chris Paul was really good, but you could tell he had some, he was a few steps behind because of his age and everything. He couldn't get past defenders the same way he could in his younger days. Yeah, I'm excited for this season too. We're all excited for this season. Chris Paul was a good game manager. Yeah, that's true. It's like a Joe Flacco out there. Or a Matt Ryan. Now, I would say Matt Ryan. I don't think Joe Flacco wasn't really a good game manager per se, but Matt Ryan was a good game manager. October 22nd? Yes, sir. So when is Fox's first game? Unfortunately, it won't be the first one. So if I'm just going to play it safe, I'm going to say the third game of the regular season. That's what I'm going to go with. Sale gonna be so important for us. Yeah, I hate the amount of hate that he got. I was with people and saying that, oh yeah, he needs to step up, or he hasn't played as well. But my main thing was just, hey, he's like the second option right now, and this looks ugly because he's not aggressive as often as he probably should be when it comes to getting to the rim, right? That was my main thing. But people took it so far with Devin. I don't think I've ever said one time that Devin should be traded. I never felt like that. I even clapped back at some of the people that thought Devin Vassell's contract was too much. I'm like, well, compared to his peers, it's not as bad as people make it out to be at all. So, and then if you look at his overall numbers, they're not as bad as people made it out to be. But I mean, I'll admit that the games irritated me when he wasn't as aggressive as we needed him to be. But now that he's no longer the second option, I don't see the problem anymore. I don't see a point in being, you know, upset. With Fox out, Harper getting the start. Well, unfortunately, Harper will not be getting the start, my friend, because Harper also is injured. So Harper is not getting the start right now. At first I thought Harper would get to start day one. Now that's no longer a thing because he's also injured. So yeah, and they'll probably be returning about the same time. But from what we understand, Harper isn't playing in the preseason. So hope I'm wrong, but I don't think he is. Clan Spurs need Russell Westbrook for the second unit. No, we do not. With these injuries early on, we do not need Russ. Don't ever let Spurs and Russell Westbrook come out of your mouth, man. We never need Russell Westbrook. No offense. Talking about not having shooting now. You're gonna put yourself in a pickle. Carter Bryan minutes, 8 minutes. Man, if Carter Bryan could get like 10 minutes a game, that would be so nice. I'll be so happy if he could get that. So probably Castle, Vassell, Barnes, Sohan. No, not Sohan or Cornet. It's gonna be Sohan and then Wemby. Yeah. Yeah, that seems about right. That's a pretty good lineup. Not pretty good. That's actually really good. Early on. And then yeah, I think after that Castle will be taken out of the starters and then Fox comes in. But yeah, you have to start Castle. Like, I don't see anyone else that you would do that with. Castle is versatile, can play 1 through 3. Yeah, he can. He can. But I definitely would put him at 1 while Harper and Fox are out. Just makes the most sense. I don't really know anybody else we can really run with at point guard, honestly. I mean, I guess you can do Devin technically, but like Devin isn't... I feel like you're just taking away the other good parts of his game if you do that. I hope Sohan gets expanded. Oh, get extended? Yeah, me too. Sorry, I was looking at something on YouTube. They're giving me like a A/B testing thing. Does all like YouTubers get that? It's like you can do the A/B test. I've seen bigger YouTubers be able to do it. I haven't seen it on my options until now. So, yeah, I'm gonna try it. Let's see what happens. Clan, I saw the movie Together. It was pretty good. Yeah, Together's pretty good. My only issue with Together was the mood shift, right? There was like a mood, how do I explain? Yeah, just a mood shift. It just became like more of a comedy, the tail end of it, and I didn't think it worked that well. And I also thought for it to be a like body horror film, I kind of wanted a little bit more body horror, you know what I mean? But other than that, it was pretty good. What did you think of the ending? I thought that was kind of lame. You know, that's what I'm saying. I was waiting for, you know, true body horror, and you didn't really get it. You know, it just became like, you know, yeah, the last scene, it was just, I was expecting more. I've just seen better body horror, you know. So many other movies have done it better. Like Fly, for instance, is just like leagues above Together. So maybe my expectations were just too high, but I didn't like the body horror element of it, and I didn't like the comedy elements, which it didn't feel like a feeling of catharsis like you did in Weapons, where it's like it leads up to it and it's like, oh, finally I can breathe. It felt more like a, oh man, finally I'm getting to the, I'm finally getting on the edge of my seat, finally, and then it's like, all right, time for some jokes, and it's like, okay, that took me out. But overall, I enjoyed it. It wasn't bad at all. I just expected more. Okay, I'm hopping off. We'll be back on Wednesday night. So we'll upload the Wembanyama stuff. We'll upload the other two press conferences with Mitch Johnson and De'Aaron Fox. And then we'll go into other media stuff, because I know there's a lot of media stuff this week. I'm not seeing it, so just you. I don't know what that means, but... Alright. Get with you guys later. Everyone have a good night.